hope you guys are well. Today's video is gonna be my healthy meal prep for the week, and I thought it would be fun to do a fall inspiration healthy meal prep for the week because 'tis the season. So I'm gonna be adding some pumpkin recipes and just some fun stuff like that. Something to know about me, I have a really hard time staying on track with healthy habits. I am a dessert girl. I have the biggest sweet tooth in the world, and so the thing that I have found that just makes it the easiest for me to stay on track with healthy habits is to do a meal prep each week. I'm a busy mom of 3, so when I have food ready to go in the fridge, I'm just more inclined to grab it and eat it. And so the big thing when I plan my meal preps for the week, I like to go high protein, but most importantly, I like to be able to look forward to it. So it has to taste good. It has to be easy and quick to prepare because, again, busy mom, we don't have time for all that extra stuff. So that's what I aim for when I plan them. And it's also really nice when I can choose a breakfast item that my kids will also eat. We're back to school, so we have that big hustle and bustle in the morning. So something that I can grab for them that's healthy, nutritious, will meet all of our needs is the best case scenario, and that's what I am showing you guys today. So let me grab all of my ingredients and I'll show you everything that we need. If you're new, welcome. My name is Trisha Miller. I hope you'll hit that subscribe button and stick around. Let's get started. All right, the first thing I want to meal prep are some pumpkin protein waffles. I love the Kodiak brand. I get it in a lot of different items that they have. It just has that nice added protein for you to keep you fuller longer. And I'm going to use my Dash waffle maker, and this one happens to have a cute little pumpkin shape, which I think the kids will love, and let's be honest, I love it. And so I'm gonna use that. You do not have to have a waffle maker. You could actually use this and just make some pancakes instead of waffles. But these are nice because we put them in the freezer. We can pull them out the day of when we need them, and I'm just gonna make a large batch of them, so let's get started. One thing to note, this smells amazing. It is like pumpkin spice galore, pumpkin pie in a bag. It is just, it's giving me so many good fall feels right now. I also want to let you guys know, for my Dash waffle maker, it takes about 3 minutes to cook each waffle. So I'm gonna multitask while we're doing this. So I'll get a waffle on while it's cooking. I'm gonna start prepping some veggies for our next recipe, which I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys know, and then I'll show you the ingredients as well. It's going to be some higher protein egg bites. I add cottage cheese to them. I just add things to add a little bit of that extra protein because I am trying to maximize that with each of my meals. So I will show you the ingredients for that as well. But first, let's get this batter made, and then it's all about the multitasking. I think there's a Dash waffle maker that you can buy where you can change the shape of it. My pumpkin one is just a pumpkin. It doesn't change. And then I also have one for wintertime that I think has a snowflake or a snowman. But those are the only two that I have. But I use them year round. I don't care if the shape doesn't match the season because they are so convenient. You can do so much more than just waffles in them. One of our favorite just quick go-to lunches or dinner is to take refrigerated canned biscuits and you just put one biscuit in it, fill it with pizza toppings like pizza sauce, cheese. You could also just put ham and cheese in there or turkey and cheese, whatever fillings you want, and then put another biscuit on top and close it up and cook it. I think I cooked those for 5 minutes because they need a little bit longer, but those are delicious. So you can do more than just breakfast in these things, but I love it for the convenience. But like I said, you can just bust out your skillet, make some pancakes with these. You do not have to have a waffle maker to do this, but I just love this for go-to breakfast. We can take them straight out of the freezer, put them straight in the toaster, and they're nice and crispy on the outside. And I like to top mine with almond butter and chia seeds and banana slices. So good. All right, here are the ingredients you need for our egg bites. I'm gonna use egg whites, liquid egg whites, and I'm gonna blend them in my NutriBullet with a cup of cottage cheese to get some extra protein. If you are somebody who doesn't like cottage cheese, don't worry, I don't like it either, but you cannot taste it when it's blended up. And then I'm gonna quickly just in the microwave throw some chicken and maple breakfast sausage in there and chop that up. We're gonna add some spinach, some chopped up bell peppers. And then I thought it would be fun, after we cook these in the oven, I'm just gonna use a muffin pan. I'm gonna take some little fall cookie cutters and I'm gonna do some shapes in the cheese and then just set them on top, and they'll melt enough if I just leave them in the pan for a little bit. So it'll have like a fun fall shape on the top. I think my kids will love that. All right, let's start getting everything prepped. for my seasoning, I'm just gonna put some seasoned pepper and some pink Himalayan salt inside the blender. That way it will just like evenly mix up when we're blending it. I just don't think there is anything appealing about the look of cottage cheese. I feel bad for cottage cheese. What I love about cottage cheese is all the nutritional benefits. I have tried having plain cottage cheese with different toppings, and I just can't get into it. What toppings for my cottage cheese lovers out there, what toppings or what mix-ins do you do with cottage cheese so that it tastes really good to you? I'm very curious because I would love to get on that game, but I'm just having a really hard time buying into it. But I do love it when it's all blended up because you truly cannot tell that it's in there. All right, let's get this blended and start making our egg bites. I think that's enough. Guess we'll find out in a second. Yeah, we're good. If you've never made egg bites before, you want to build them where you put all the toppings and like the inside pieces in first, and then the last thing you'll do is pour the eggs on top. If you want to add some cheese on top before you bake it, you can certainly do that. Something I also like doing is adding shredded potatoes. I've taken tater tots before and kind of smushed them down and put them on the bottom as a base. I just like to aim to have some type of protein in there, about 2 to 3 different vegetables depending on what I'm making. And then I'll add the eggs, and sometimes I will do cheese, sometimes I won't do cheese, but I figured adding the little bit of the fall touch to the top of it would be plenty of cheese with these. I didn't need to add any more to the inside, but these are so easy to make. And again, it's one of those recipes where you can customize it to exactly the toppings that you like or your family likes, and you can add different toppings to different ones. And you're gonna wanna check these after 25 minutes, and if their eggs aren't completely cooked, just put them in longer. Okay, for the lunch meal prep, I wanna do some buffalo chicken. I love making this as just a good base because I can put it on a salad, I can put it in a healthy wrap, I can have it with cucumbers and carrots and crackers, and it's just, I'm eating it so many different ways. It doesn't feel repetitive like I'm eating the same thing every single day. So let me grab the ingredients and then I'll show you what we need. Okay, here's what you're gonna need. However you want to make your shredded chicken, you need about 2 to 3 chicken breasts shredded. I just did mine in the crock pot yesterday, cooked it on low all day with some chicken broth and then shredded it. It was easy. You could also do rotisserie chicken. And then we're gonna use some non-fat Greek plain yogurt. Did you know cottage cheese was gonna be our secret MVP today? Because we're also gonna need some more cottage cheese. Again, we are blending, don't worry. And then some ranch seasoning. The recipe I'm gonna link has a bunch of different seasoning options for you. I just like to use a half of a packet of ranch. I think it gives great flavor. Then I have 1 ingredient versus 4 different ingredients. And then also they use Frank's hot sauce. I can't do really spicy, so I like to do the Primal Kitchen original buffalo sauce, and I do about 1/4 cup of this, but I will put the recipe that I do in the video description box for you and then talk about modifications that I make. And then I also, let me grab them. I had a lot left over from the peppers. I don't usually do this, but I think it'll be good. I'm just gonna get the chicken ready to go and then mix in some of these peppers, and we're just gonna throw it in the oven at like 350 for a few minutes, get it warmed up, and just bake it that way, and then I'll have it ready to go for the week. while I'm waiting for the egg bites to finish cooking, I'm gonna go ahead and take my cheese and start doing my cookie cutter shapes. I'm doing a little maple leaf, and then I'm gonna do a little bit of a pumpkin. I love doing these shapes for different things for my kids' lunches. Like I'll do cucumbers and cut out the different veggies and fruits and stuff like that with them. They're pretty good. I will link them for you guys in case you're looking for something like that. But I just think it adds a little touch to it. I also use them, I forgot, for my pie crust at Thanksgiving. I'll cut out little shapes and then stick them on the top. So I use them for lots of different things. And it's just one of those fun items to kind of splurge on to just get more into the holiday season. I have a tip for you guys if you're going to do this the exact way that I did it. Let the egg bites cool down a little bit longer before you put the cheese on top, because mine melted a little too much, and so it just became it just looked like cheese on the top. You couldn't tell the shapes anymore. So let them cool down for 5 to 10 minutes before you put the shapes on if you really want them to hold the shape, but they still tasted just as good. And so now that our buffalo chicken is out of the oven, I want to show you, because I was hungry, so I wanted to go ahead and just eat some of it for lunch right now. So I like to take a tortilla, fill it with the topping, and I'm just using the extra cheese from the cutouts. And I'm going to put it in the air fryer for 2 minutes, and then I'm going to add some lettuce to it. Iceberg lettuce doesn't have all the nutrients that spinach or all the other ones have, but I have just been craving the crunchiness of iceberg lettuce lately. So I decided to make a big jar of it because we were having tacos the next day. So I'm just kind of meal prepping that, so we have that ready to go for it. Let me know, are you an iceberg lettuce fan? I just love the cool crisp and crunch that it has. All right, it's now time for my favorite part of my meal prep, and that is the snacks for the week. So we are gonna make some pumpkin chocolate chip protein bites. I wanna share also, I have 2 ideas to share with you guys that are just super quick and easy that Steven and I love and our kids also love. I made this with you in my last video. I'll link it for you if you missed that video. But I took a couple types of nuts. So we did Brazilian nuts, cashews, and almonds. And then I mixed just a little bit of a sweet treat with it. I did a little bit of M&Ms, and then I also did some candy corn for the season. Sometimes just adding a smidge of the candy or the sweet stuff will really entice and incentivize having the other stuff. I am somebody who always tends to go on the sweet side with my snacks, and so I have to really kind of push myself to do something more savory, like nuts or like vegetables and stuff like that. So sometimes just having a little bit of something in there is all that we need, and my kids love this. We just made this 2 days ago together. I know it seems like there's still a lot left, but this is a massive jar. So every single one of my kids has had this. Steven and I have had several servings. I tend to just do a quarter of a cup, so it doesn't take a whole lot out of here. But this is just a fun little idea for you guys. Just make a seasonal trail mix to get those extra nutrients, extra protein in for your families. And then the other idea I'm gonna show you, I think we're gonna do the protein bites first, and then I wanna show you what I add to just plain Greek vanilla yogurt to make it taste a little bit better. And then I use it as a dip for my apples. I think we'll make that our last snack of the day because I'm gonna eat it when we're done. So let's start right now with the protein bites. Let me get all the ingredients and I'll show you what we need. So the typical 4 ingredients that you need when you make protein bites are some rolled oats, aka oatmeal. I typically like the Kodiak brand, again, because it has extra protein in it compared to just the regular. And then this recipe that I'm gonna link for you guys actually calls for vanilla protein powder, but all we had was chocolate, so I'm gonna use that. And then you usually need honey. This will help bind the protein bites together. And then also some form of peanut butter or nut butter. I'm gonna use Justin's almond butter. So those are like your base 4 ingredients always. And that's where you then can add the flavor to how you want to make your protein bites. There's so many different combinations, but since we're going pumpkin today, I'm gonna do just a little bit of pumpkin puree, some pumpkin pie spice, and then at the very top of each of the bites, I'm gonna add just a few of the Lily's white chocolate chips. All right, let's get these made. I like to use my food processor to blend these up because it's just faster and easier, but you can certainly just use your hands and mix them up with your hands. You're going to get your hands dirty anyway when you start to form the protein bites, but I'm just going for quick and convenience today with my food processor. This next step is a take your reins off kind of a moment. So I'm going to pull just a little bit out at a time, roll it in a ball in my hand, and then I'm going to stick it on a baking sheet. Normally I would put parchment paper down, but I'm completely out of parchment paper. I think it'll still be fine. So once we get them in the little bite shape, I'm gonna add just a couple of chocolate chips and just squish them in the top. We're gonna put it in the freezer, ideally like 15-ish minutes, usually 10 minutes is fine. You can feel them. As soon as they feel firm enough that they're not gonna just like squish together with the other ones, you're good to go. I do usually 10 or 15 minutes. Then we can put them in our Tupperware container and store them in our fridge for the whole week. And this is just nice like grab and go snacks. My kids love them. There's so many flavors you can do. We love s'more flavored, peanut butter and jelly. I mean, any type of combo. You do the 4 base ingredients that I told you and then add whatever your family loves. I love ingredients where you can customize to your own family. All right, let's get these rolled out and ready to go. So here's the other snack I want to show you guys that I was talking about. My favorite go-to brand of yogurt is the Too Good brand, and I like the vanilla. It only has 2 grams of sugar. It's so tasty, but I like to do some toppings, especially if my kids are gonna have it, and we're gonna turn this into a dip for apples. So I start with this as the base, and then it's the PB Fit peanut butter chocolate powder. I do a tablespoon of this, and I mix it with about a tablespoon of water, and I'm gonna drizzle that on top of the yogurt, and then I just do a little bit of the Lily's white chocolate baking chips on top of that. So good. You feel like you are having the biggest afternoon treat. This is when I like to have it, when my sweet tooth kicks in after lunch, and I just dip my apples in it. And if you have leftover when you're done, usually I eat all my apples and then there's just like a little bit of the yogurt left, and then I just eat the yogurt with a spoon. So good. All right, let's make this. the very last thing that we have to prep are some immune boosting wellness shots. It shocked me last year when my kids actually wanted to drink them. I make different ones. I make green wellness shots. We do some elderberry ones. The elderberry ones are my kids' favorite. They've never had these. I'm gonna do one with a carrot, a lemon, an orange, and some ginger. So it's gonna hopefully be our fall orangish color that I'm expecting, but I think that they will actually enjoy it because it will have the orange in there that will give a little bit of that sweet flavor. But let me show you how I used to make them before I had my mini juicer. The mini juicer saves so much time. I'll just go ahead and put it out there. But if you wanna go simpler and just like a more affordable option, I just used a mesh strainer. You've seen me use these all the time when I make my wellness shots. I don't think I've ever made them with my mini juicer with you yet because it's kind of a new product for me. But if you don't have a mini juicer, here's what you do. Take all of your ingredients, peel everything, get all the pulp off, all the things, put them in the blender. So you'll have like the mix of that. Then get a bowl and set your strainer on top of your bowl and pour the mix in. If it starts to not drip as well, just take a spoon. It just means the pulp is collected at the bottom. Move the pulp and then more juice will come out. Discard everything that's in here or find a use for it. Then you take your juice and get a strainer and you just pour it into your little shot glasses. I'm gonna show you those. Let me go grab them. I forgot to get them out. But that's a simple way to make them. You don't need a fancy juicer. The mini juicer though has been saving so much time with these. We make them every single week and our kids will drink them. For me, it's a huge win. So I'm gonna keep making them as long as my family will take them. Plus it's back to school. All those germs are coming home. We've already had the first round of colds with the kids. So I am just trying to do whatever I can to build our immune systems. All right, let me grab the little glasses that we need for these and then we'll make them. While we get these wellness shots made, I just want to take a moment to introduce myself for anybody new here. As I mentioned earlier in the video, I am a mom of 3 school-age children, so you will see a lot of mom life stuff on my channel. I like to do cleaning motivation, decluttering, organizing, seasonal home decor, especially DIY home decor that's affordable. So many different options, healthy meal prep ideas. I like to do family dinner ideas that your kids will hopefully actually eat. So if you enjoyed today's video, I hope you'll hit that subscribe button and stick around for more. It's time to get out all my containers and start to package everything up and get it in the fridge for the week. I always like to let everything cool down before I put it in my meal prep containers. And I have a ton of different meal prep containers that I use. So I will link everything for you, all of my favorites, in case you are looking for something like that. But let's get everything packaged up and put away. I hope that you all enjoyed this video and that it gave you just some cozy, fall, healthy, high-protein meal prep ideas for your family. Don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you next time. Bye!